This is the pros and cons for Legion of Superheroes. Let's start with Superman. His design is pretty good. He's pretty sleek. He's ripped. The only thing I don't seem to like is his chin. Kind of reminds me of Captain Quark's old butt chin. I'm not sure how I felt about him starting off as a teenager when the show first started, but when he became a grown-up, then we got the real Superman. Lightning Lad is one of the few characters who actually get some character development. We see his past. He has a I'm trying to be cool kind of personality. He lost an arm and got a robot arm. I think it's pretty cool. He has an interesting backstory. And we see how him and his friends became the Legion of Superheroes. A pretty good origin story, I have to admit. And then there's Timberwolf. His character development is mainly just his relationship with his father. Other than that, there's not much to him. He's just the I'm tragic kind of character. Not much else to him. He has a crush on Phantom Girl, but nothing really comes of it. Bounty Boy, he's both a pro and a con. He's a fun-loving character, but a con is that he became leader of the Legion, but nothing ever comes of it. They scrapped the idea later, which is too bad, because I want to see where would they take it. Bouncing Boy, no wait, Brainiac 5, that's his name. He also has some pretty interesting character development, and unlike Bouncing Boy, he actually has character development that stays. He's trying to not be like Brainiac 1.0 and do whatever it takes to protect the universe. He has 3 different forms: little, big, and human. When he became human, I want to see where they take that. The show unfortunately got cancelled. Phantom Girl has a pretty good design. She's tall, slender, long black hair for some reason. Basically, she's what you expect from a ghost. In personality-wise, Timberwolf said it best. She acts like a princess, but she's trying to be like a tough girl, modern-day Disney princess. The design's good, I'll admit, but her personality could use some tuning up. Triplet Girl, I'm not sure how exactly her power works because I never read the comics. But from what I can understand, she's 3 people in one. She becomes 3 and become 1, kind of like a gem fusion. She has an interesting side plot of losing one of her duplicates, and goes by Duo Damsel. I haven't seen too much of season 2, kind of lost interest at some point, but I plan on finishing it up and doing a better review of this. This side plot is actually, from what I can tell, a pro, because I find it very interesting to see where they take that. But if they don't take it anywhere, then I'm gonna have to say it's a con. Saturn Girl is the level-headed one of the group. I like her design. She's not too thin, and she's not giving exaggerated features. Mostly in comic books and TV shows, the women characters are given exaggerated features, especially in superhero movies and TV shows where they have impossible bodies. I don't think I really like that. I like how nothing about her is revealing, and she's not trying to be like hot or anything. She's level-headed, and if anything, she's basically second in command when it comes to being leader. And then there's Kal-El, a Superman clone. He has a pretty interesting character development and story of whether or not he's going to join the Legion. Other than that, he's just Mr. I destroy this enemy, I'll create it to destroy. Other than that, there's not much to him. I would say this is a pro, because he learns how to be himself or something. I didn't completely understand it just yet. At the end of the series, so yeah, he's pretty much a pro. Now for villains and lots of cons. And I do mean lots of cons. One of them being Drax. He is no doubt related to General Zod with that Z on his shirt. And no doubt that he was created to kill Superman. He came out of the Phantom Zone, and no doubt he was created to kill Superman by General Zod and to release him. I'm still wondering who the mother is, although I have some theories. A con is that his story never got completed. He took the kryptonite from Brainiac 5, and it turns out he's immune to it. This gives him an advantage over Superman. Unfortunately, when he got sucked back into the Phantom Zone, he never came out, so we'll never find out where his story would have gone. Then there's the Emerald Empress. Unfortunately, she was the best villain, but she got killed off in the beginning of the second season. Well, not killed off, she just lost her powers. Which is too bad, because she seemed like the only one who was like a legit threat. I don't know if this is true, but I think this happens a lot in shows where a villain is an actual threat. They just kill him off and replace him with someone who was supposed to be a better villain. But in my opinion, the guy who replaced her as the main villain, not as good. And here is one that's a really disappointment. Alexis, a descendant of Lex Luthor. She only had a cameo in Season 2, but I want to see whether they would have taken her. Well, unless they ever revive the show or try to reboot it, or at least put her in the comics, if they're bring back the comics, I'd like to see more of Alexis and wherever they brought her. A future Lex Luthor, I would want to see that. This is the end of my pros and cons review. If you have a suggestion of what you want me to do a review of a pros and cons review, please tell me in the comment section below.